I just filmed for the last 6 minutes without having my microphone on. Let's just restart everything. I just realized I've discovered because went like this and did not feel my microphone. So, welcome to 12 Days of Holidays. We were going to talk about my personal holiday wish list. I do have a few things on here that are not quite as common. Those are going to be at the end. So, if you want to see those, you can either scroll forward or you can just stick around to see everything else I'm talking about. So I'm starting with like the most common things that are on my wish list and moving to the least common things that are on my wish list. Number 1 is a Kindle. I don't even care which Kindle. Like, I already have a Kindle Fire that my sister gave me because she wasn't using it. But because it's older, they don't make the Fires anymore. They're not really supported anymore. It does run very, very slow. Very slow. The only thing I have on there is all of their pre-downloaded apps that like you can't get rid of, like their system apps or whatever. And that is it. Like the only thing I've been using it for is my reading. But I haven't been reading on my Kindle as much because I've been focusing on physical books. If you refer back to day 1 of the series, I want just like a regular Kindle, or like there's the one, I don't know if Barnes & Noble still makes it, but Barnes & Noble used to have one that's like just a reading tablet type thing similar to the Kindle. Anything like that is what I want. Kindle is just the one that I know, obviously, because it's the most, Amazon is probably the most well known. But I love Kindle Unlimited. I love only spending, I don't know if the price has gone up, but when I was paying the monthly fee for Kindle Unlimited, it was like $10 a month. And being able to read however many books I wanted, like very easily. I was reading like at least 100 books a year with my Kindle Unlimited. And I can't do that if I'm doing physical books, like I can't afford to do that. And I'm so bad about remembering to go to the library to switch things out and to return things. Yeah, so Kindle is my number 1, which I think is probably, these first 2 are probably the most common things on my list. Number 2 is another Owala. And not just any Owala, but specifically the cranberry red from their holiday drop. Another one, this is starting to become more and more common from people, especially in today's world of overconsumption and capitalism and everything like that. But it is gifting experiences rather than gifting specific items. The last couple of years, my parents for Christmas have gifted us as a family like a zoo pass or an aquarium pass. And we've loved that. We've loved being able to go to like the zoo or the aquarium. Like this last year it was the aquarium. The year before that it was the zoo. And doing things like that. And my children love it too. Like they like being able to just go whenever we want to. My husband a few years ago, this is probably one of my favorite gifts he's ever gotten me, was he planned a staycation weekend where he got tickets to go see the Six when they were in Salt Lake City, as well as like an Airbnb for us to stay in. And one of our siblings babysat our children for us for the weekend. But it was so fun because we just got to be the 2 of us, go see the play. We got to go do whatever we wanted. We played tourist in Salt Lake, which is fun because we don't get to do that very often. So like, even though we're from Utah, like Salt Lake isn't where we grew up. So like experiences rather than physical items. I love that. I love it so much. Honestly, for my family, a safe bet is always like a gift card for Ulta or Sephora, which like I know a lot of people hate doing gift cards for presents. Personally, I love it. I love getting a gift card, especially if it's to a store that you know that I love. And I love both Ulta and Sephora. I love makeup. I love playing in makeup and trying new makeup and testing new makeup and everything. But then I also just have like some holy grails that I go through them over and over and over and over again. And so having a gift card to either, if there's something new that I want to test out, being able to purchase it with that, or I'm out of a holy grail, I'm being able to purchase it with that. Like, I don't know. I just love gift cards. And then also, this is the last one. This is the one that's really weird. Okay. But I want a new bed frame. Not a new mattress. Our mattress, like technically we do need a new mattress too, but right now our mattress is fine. We can hold out for at least another year on our mattress. But my bed frame, we purchased it when we were moving into our apartment after the fire. I don't know if that's a story that I've told on this channel yet, but we moved up to Utah, and then a few days after we moved up here, there was a fire in the office building next door to our duplex, and the damage caused to our duplex from that fire made it to where we had to move out. We hadn't even been there for a week, because the firefighters had to aim the water directly over the duplex to the building because of the way that the street was laid out. And so there was just tons of water damage, tons of smoke damage. There was heat damage to like the windows and stuff like that. Like all of the windows had exploded on that side of the house. And so when we moved into our next new apartment, we did purchase like our mattress, total loss. We had to have a completely new mattress. Not just us, but both of our children, even though their bedroom was on the opposite side of the duplex from where the fire was. And so we got a new mattress in our bed frame. So our mattress is okay. It's about 4.5 years old. I think you're supposed to replace it like every 5 to 10 years. I don't remember. I know it's a memory foam mattress. That's all I know. But our bed frame, we got, I don't even know the name of it, but it's an IKEA bed frame. It's got the drawers underneath on both sides. And then the headboard is about a foot wide. And this is where the problem is the headboard is so wide that it pushes, because it's got shelves on the sides of it. So the shelves aren't even like, if this is my mattress, like if this right here is my headboard, the shelves aren't even here on the headboard. The shelves are off to the side of the headboard. And so that's where the problem lies, is it takes up so much space, and our bedroom that we're in right now is a lot smaller, that it makes it really hard to maneuver around in our bedroom. And so I want a smaller bed frame that takes up less space so that we have more room to maneuver within our bedroom. And so I told my husband, I was like, you can get me a bed frame for Christmas and I will be so ecstatic. I've been wanting a new bed frame for about the last year plus, like since we moved into this apartment. Because the other problem with it is that in our old apartment complex, we were switching bedrooms with our girls. In the process of moving rooms and like moving the bed frame over from the bedroom we had been into this new bedroom, the crossbars on the bottom for the support got caught. And so, because my husband didn't unscrew them all the way, and broke. Like so it like ripped out chunks of like the particle board. And so like they're still there, but they're not really able to be attached like they should be. And so like our drawers don't really open and close very well anymore. Like they do, but it's like a massive fight to get them opened. A new bed frame is on my wish list for Christmas this year, because we've been talking about it for a while and we just haven't done it. And I think it's something that both of us would really like, because we've talked about just getting rid of our headboard. But if we get rid of our headboard, we're going to need nightstands, especially because both of us read right before bed. You know, my husband has medication he has to take, that he takes right before bed. And so we need like nightstands or something that we can put those things on that are right there next to the bed. But with the way that the drawers are set up, we can't have nightstands if the headboard's gone, because the drawers would be blocked from getting into them. Yeah, I just want a new headboard. That's my really weird one, that I don't think most people would put on their wish list for Christmas. That is my wish list. There's not really a ton that I want. Like, it's more like ideas to give to people, you know, like the experiences. I told my husband, I was like, I put several bed frames in the Amazon cart. You can try to pick one, you know, and like we've looked on Facebook Marketplace. The Kindle, he knows like which one I want. But if there's one that's better than Kindle, let me know. Like I said, the Owala, that is it for my holiday wish list. My personal holiday wish list. I think the weirdest one on my wish list is a bed frame. Really, if you're like, I have no clue what I want my holiday wish list to be, I really do think and love like thinking about what are things that I want, that I've been wanting, or even sometimes even needing. Sometimes even a need, but you've put it off because you have other things that are a priority over top of that, that you can tell people that you want for Christmas or for even like birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop down in your comments what's the weirdest thing you've ever asked for Christmas. And I know that like I'm aware of how privileged I am to be able to say that like the weirdest thing I'm asking for is a new bed frame. Just because there's people out there that like are probably asking just to even have a mattress, you know? So like I'm aware that like I have the privilege to be able to provide my kids with a Christmas and getting the things that they have on their wish list, you know? Even if it's not everything and it's just like a few things, like I am able to do that. And my family is able to like look at everybody's lists and pick something for them based off of like what they want, you know, and that we're not really like struggling so hard to be able to just afford like our basic necessities. Like, I mean, we're really like budget's really tight, but we're still able to like afford the things in life that we need to afford and be able to do some of the things that we want in life. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments on everything. And I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing day just like you are. Bye.